Pay attention.
Okay, clear for takeoff.
This guy is about to take a flight to remember. As he soars high above the ground, ask yourself one question. Would we be showing you this if something bad wasn't about to happen? The answer? No. And as you may suspect, this guy's ride is going to end painfully. In fact, he's about to crash into that tree down there. In 3, 2, 1. Now, some of you might be cringing in anticipation, while others might be yelling at the screen. Just show it to us already. Either way, we're guessing most of you at home still want to see what happens, but it's really painful. Are you sure you want to see it? Okay, here it comes. Don't say we didn't warn you. But first, we have another question. Why would you want to see this so much if you know it ends painfully? Well, for one thing, it's not the pain you're addicted to. It's the pleasure. Want to see more? Stick around. Think about your average day, starting with that first cup of coffee, then another when you get to work, then there's the phone calls, texts, emails, social media sites to post to, more coffee to get over the midday hump, another round of emails, texts, and phone calls. Then it's home to watch TV, surf the net, and check your email for the 100th time when you should be going to bed. Sound familiar?
We all have things we say we can't live without. But do you really want to be doing all those things? Or on some deep level, do you feel like you need to? When it comes to addiction, most people think of hard drugs or alcohol. Those are serious issues. But we're here to talk about the thousands of smaller compulsions that make up our lives. Whether it's the next episode of your favorite TV show, a hot new game app, or an embarrassing pop song you find yourself humming, even though you don't even like it. And the reason why you become addicted to things has to do with the reward-seeking machine in your head, otherwise known as your brain.
And today, we're going to show you how, like it or not, we're all addicted to something. Prepare to get hooked on brain games.
Don't eat.
Earlier, you watched part of this hang gliding video that we told you would end painfully. And it may have left some of you unsatisfied. So this time, we promise to show you the moment you've been waiting for. The crash. Don't worry, our hang glider wasn't seriously injured. But even though we told you how this was going to end, why did most of you want to see him crash anyway? Well, it's partly because your brain, especially your frontal lobe, which processes plot and narrative, loves a good story. When a new story unfolds, your brain tries to figure out what happens next, because your brain was designed to learn new things. Like, don't do this. It's one of the reasons you get hooked on movies and TV shows, can't put down that novel, or are dying to know the latest gossip.
Guess what I heard?
As long as plot lines aren't resolved.
Get down!
Your brain keeps you coming back for more. Now, you might be thinking, sure, my brain can get hooked on a viral video like this one. Or this one. But I'm not really addicted to anything in my real life. Before you feel too confident, we want you to answer 3 questions and be honest. In the last 24 hours, have you had 3 or more cups of coffee, soda, or alcohol? Have you surfed the internet for more than 2 hours without getting up? Have you ever spent more than your budget allows while shopping online? If you answered yes to 1 or more of these questions, you're like 90% of the people we asked these to.
Which means, at the very least, you have a mildly addictive brain. But don't worry, we all share something in our brains that creates the potential for addiction. The question is, what is it? To find out, let's play a game.
You've probably seen one of these before, right? But this is no ordinary slot machine, because to win this game, all you have to do is complete 4 simple analogies. Don't worry, they won't be as hard as the ones on the SATs. For each correct answer, you'll get a nice little reward. Get all 4, and you'll win the game. Ready? Here's the first one. Stove is to kitchen as toilet is to what? If you said bathroom, good job, you're correct. Feeling good? Here's the next one. desk is to furniture as triangle is to... Did you say shape? Way to go! That's also correct. How about this one? Carrot is to vegetable as green is to... I bet you said color. Once again, that's right. Wow, you're on a roll. See if you can go 4 for 4 and win the game. Candy is to sweet as pickle is to... The correct answer is sour. You win.
So, how do you feel right now? Does it feel a little anticlimactic? After all, you just won the game. You were probably expecting something like this. Most of all, were you expecting a big payoff? If you felt something was definitely missing,
You're not alone. We quickly got your brain hooked on the rewards from this slot machine. So how did we do that? Well, everything about this game, just like an actual slot machine, is designed to get you hooked. The flashing lights, the ringing bells, even the progress bar. Here to explain why your brain gets hooked is biomedical engineer Dr. Sri Sarma.
Your brain quickly learns to link the sounds and flashing lights of the slot machine to a reward, the payout. Your brain then releases the neurotransmitter dopamine, which reinforces the link between stimulus and reward. The whole process is known as a reinforcement loop. The same kind of neurological pathway that gets triggered when you eat something delicious or engage in any pleasurable activity.
Because we trained your brain to expect a reward, you experienced a split second of neurochemical craving when we took it away, otherwise known as withdrawal. But wait, aren't withdrawal and addiction bad for you? Sometimes yes, but did you know that there's a positive side to addiction as well?
your brain is designed to get you addicted to learning and exploring by releasing pleasure chemicals when you do anything new and exciting. Addiction only becomes unhealthy when this natural process spins out of control.
The question is, if our brains are predisposed to being addicted, how early in our development does this happen? Well, as we found out in this next experiment, pretty early.
Hi, guys! What do you do when you really want something, but your mom and dad say you can't have it? Okay, you first.
You sneak to get it.
Okay, it's a good answer.
You can beg for it.
Yeah, with that smile for sure, yes?
Cry for it.
Cry for it. There you go. Get a little more dramatic. Is anybody else? What do you do? What do you think?
You can go behind them and get it.
Yes, you can. Those are great answers. So now, who wants to play a game? You guys excited? Yeah. All right, let's play a game.
Looks like they're ready, but first we had to explain the rules.
All right, this is a delicious pink cotton candy.
Is it for real?
It's for real. I'm gonna give you two choices, okay? You could choose to eat this now, or I'm gonna leave for 15 minutes. And if you can hold yourself and not eat it, I'm gonna bring you two more. So then you'll have three.
Hold it. Yeah, I'm gonna take that choice.
This girl seems to know what's best for her taste buds, but can she really hold out the whole time?
I'll see you in 15 minutes, okay?
Okay.
All right.
We offered each of these 9 kids the same deal. If they didn't eat the cotton candy while left alone in the room with it, they'd be rewarded with even more of this sweet treat. But what they didn't know is that we'd be watching the whole time with our cameras behind this one-way mirror. So here's the big question. Of the 9 kids taking part in this experiment, how many do you think have the willpower to hold out for the big payoff?
Don't eat.
And how many will give in to temptation? We gave these 9 kids a simple choice. They could have 1 piece of cotton candy now or 3 pieces in 15 minutes, provided they don't eat the first piece. But what they didn't know is that we'd be watching the whole time. And 15 minutes alone with that sweet treat might be too much to handle. So, how many kids will hold out and how many will give in?
I'll be back.
Whoa, this kid barely waited until the door was closed before disqualifying herself. And so did this one. Do you think the other 7 kids will give in just as quickly, or will they find a way to resist temptation?
Look at her. She's not even looking at it. Brilliant. Out of sight is out of mind.
A, B, C, D, E, F, G.
The coping mechanisms are wonderful.
M, N, O, P.
Oh, no, 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 no. He's a creative kid.
But 15 minutes is a long time, especially for kids.
It's boring in here. Yeah. I want some juice. How can I think of a way to eat it without nobody knowing?
Sneaky plan. But we're watching. And now some of these kids are really struggling.
So yummy.
What other strategies do you think they'll come up with to stay strong?
H, R, J, K, M, O, N, O, P.
Finishing the alphabet might do the trick. Or counting the time passing on your hands. And check out these 2 boys using teamwork to encourage each other not to give in.
Don't eat it. Yeah. I'm not going to eat it. I listening.
Maybe backing away completely is a good distraction. Or not. She's wheeling back in again. Up. Ah! She's diving right in. Maybe she thought if she didn't touch it with her hands, it wouldn't count. But it does. And she wasn't the only one. Remember our 2 boys using teamwork to stay distracted? Looks like one of them decided to go solo.
I win? Yeah, you won.
Sorry, kid, you didn't win. But despite a few of them giving in, 5 of them managed to hold out for the full 15 minutes.
You're good.
Was that how many you thought would power through for the big payoff?
High five. Yeah.
So why is distraction more effective than simply trying to resist temptation? It's because resistance is a finite resource in your brain.
The usual strategy of fighting addiction using just willpower alone is a losing battle. The area of your brain that asserts willpower, the frontal cortex, only developed in the last 200,000 years. It's no match for the most primitive parts of your brain, where addictive behavior is rewarded.
So the next time you find yourself reaching for your favorite vice, try distracting yourself with a healthier option. Singing a little song.
Next time, won't you sing with me?
Or just walking out of the room. Anything you can think of to put your addiction behind you. Hey, out of sight, out of mind, right?
But while you may try to steer clear of temptation, there are some people whose entire existence depends on tapping into your addictive tendencies.
As you're about to find out in this next game, take a look at this maze. We're gonna give you 10 seconds to solve it. Ready? Go. Time's up. Were you able to find your way out? If you were able to solve this maze in 10 seconds, congratulations. But we're gonna let you in on a little secret. This wasn't really a test of your maze-solving skills. So what were we testing?
I want you to concentrate. Close your eyes if you have to. And think of a melody. Any melody. Do you have one in mind? Does it sound anything like this?
If so, that's because it's the same tune we played while you were solving the maze. And there's a reason why it may be bouncing around your brain right now.
Have you ever had a song stuck in your head all day where no matter what you do, you can't stop humming it or hearing it in your brain? These catchy little tunes are called earworms. And it's the holy grail for music labels, ad jingle writers, and pop stars who want to make sure it's their song that's stuck in your brain.
And if you happen to be performing a moderately cognitive task when the earworm is playing, like solving our maze, your working memory is activated and the earworm is stealthily implanted. So what makes these musical marvels especially catchy? Take another listen to our earworm from before. You'll notice lots of repetition, upbeat synthesizers, and a back and forth beat.